So we're in New York City for Light Reading's 5G Transport and the Edge event. It's been a full, really busy day, packed rooms. Mike, you were moderating some sessions, but you've been in different sessions through the day. What big topics have you come across today that you felt enthused about?
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about a lot of different topics, I think, at this show, and so I can come away with a number of different things. Part of the thing that I enjoyed, I think, the most was hearing about backhaul and backhaul for small cells and the different ways to backhaul that traffic, because there's been talk about wireless backhaul and whether that is going to be useful for small cells and macro cell size for 5G. There's been talk about wireless backhaul and backhaul over DOCSIS. So lots of different kinds of transport for the backhaul and the sort of the pros and cons of each. And I thought that the interesting thing that I came away with was Verizon said they would support more wireless backhaul for 5G, which is a big deal because Verizon so far has been talking about fiber is the only thing that they'll use for 5G backhaul. Yeah. So the fact that they are potentially moving to wireless backhaul for more of
as part of the mix,
as part of the mix, for a larger part of the mix is going to be wireless. I think that's noteworthy and also speaks to the difficulty of rolling out 5G, for potentially millions of small cells all over the country.
Yeah.
So you today came from an event about, or a session about network slicing.
Yeah, I mean, it cropped up quite a few times towards the latter part of the day. And I guess my key takeaway is that, slicing is talked about as, everybody's looking for the business case in 5G. The operators are desperate to find something where they can go, this is where we'll make money. And right now, there's a lot of talk about, well, enterprise, this is where the margins might be, and network slicing is an opportunity to use your network to meet the needs of lots of different enterprises over the same spectrum. Well, hold on a minute, because we're at a transport event, and the transport people here are going, well, that's all very well in the RAN, but then what happens when it hits the transport network? Where's the slicing there? Where's the interoperability? How can you do multi-network, multi-segment, multi-carrier slicing? And the answer to that was, nobody knows. So this whole slicing debate is very interesting. It's clearly an opportunity down the line, but boy, oh boy, is there a lot to figure out in the meantime.
Are you saying it's going to be hard to make money out of 5G?
I think that some people might want to look to get some margins on those 5G devices early doors to maybe pay for the research that's going to be needed to find out how the hell to make money from the rest of it. And then, of course, this is a 5G transport and the edge. And for the last couple of years, this event has just been about 5G transport, but so much of the conversations and so many of the questions were about the edge, about edge computing, edge networking. But this year there was a whole track devoted to edge, and you were involved in that quite a lot.
Yeah, and listening to several of the discussions about edge computing at this show, it's been the same discussion all year. No one knows how it's going to work. It is going to be huge, but no one knows how big, and there's lots of ways to cash in on the opportunity, but no one knows exactly how to do it. So, I came away from this edge computing event as the same way I've came away from a lot of other edge computing events this year, which is, sounds great. Now, how is it actually going to work? Yeah. No one knows.
But I think what was key for me, and I've been to quite a few edge, either events or discussions recently, and it's very early days. There's lots of different options, and there isn't really a single view on it, and not even amongst network operators at the network edge, let alone in private networks or other enterprise scenarios. But what was really important, I think, is that Heavy Reading did a survey asking enterprises and service providers about whether they saw themselves investing in edge computing and edge storage capabilities. 100% said they absolutely were going to do it. Timescale, not quite sure about that. In the next 50 years or something like that. But I mean, it's definitely something everybody realizes is important, but boy, are we still at the stage of basically the market trying to educate itself, which of course is why we have events like this,
We'll
and
find out
why
next year.
and why we write about it on Light Reading. So, okay, Mike, great, good to see you.
All right, thanks a bunch.
See you.